What up, players? Pretty good day today. Did you guys see my new splint yet? I think I showed it yesterday. Custom, baby. Custom. The last few days have been pretty exhausting, but before I get into that, I said it yesterday. I think I probably talked about it more in length than I needed to. And I posted a few short form videos today, and I think I made a post on Facebook about it. I just want to make the official soft launch announcement. I made a second channel. It's where all my vlogs are going to be. I'm currently moving all of them over there, all the current ones I have. The plan was to do like 2 or 3 a day. I was able to upload like 10 today. I had a lot of other stuff to do, which I'll get into in a minute, but it's called So Much Moose. I'm going to put the link in the description because a few people told me, and I realized myself today, that it's incredibly, hard to find on YouTube when you search. I don't know why, probably because it's a new channel or whatever, but the only reason why I'm telling you now, and I'm calling it like a soft launch, is since I'm moving all the vlogs over, I'm just pretty much mass uploading them there. So if you subscribe now, you'll probably get a crap ton of notifications. I've just been telling everybody, because it's literally every vlog. So even when I started in like 2019, like the old school ones, I'm calling them the legacy vlogs. I'm making the playlist and stuff on the new channel. The reason why I'm telling everyone that, though, in this way is because if you want to go down memory lane, go ahead and subscribe. You get a notification if you want to watch some of the old ones before they get too buried. I have a playlist right now of all my legacy vlogs. I think there's 10 or so up there. They were kind of cool. It was like kind of watching home movies for me because it was a lot of, Lily was with me a lot before she was in school. We spent a lot of time together, so it was kind of cool to see, and we had some laughs and stuff like that because my kid was watching some of it with me. I try not to get too distracted by it, but it's hard not to. Like there was the one where we built the playhouse, and she was helping me, and it's like, everybody was just saying how cute she was when we were at the hardware store, and she's helping me, and I'm like, hey, do you remember what a screw is? And she's like, no, and like runs away. It's just cute, So anyways, if you enjoy my daily vlogs, I'm going to be posting them over there. Not yet. Once I have everything moved over, all my old vlogs to that new channel, I will let everyone, I'll make an official announcement. I'll tell you it's my official announcement because I'm not going to upload the vlogs to this channel anymore. I'm going to keep this channel strictly for music. So my covers, originals, and just music content. The other channel, I just called it So Much Moose because it's pretty much going to be my daily vlogs and all the extra content. So if it doesn't have music in it, it will be on that channel. So anyways, yes, if you want to go down memory lane or whatever, subscribe now. Just letting you know, you'll get a bunch of notifications for the next few days. If you don't want to do that, if you don't, want to get all the notifications, or you don't care about the older stuff, you just want to keep up on current moose events, I'll let you know when I'm going to not be uploading my daily vlogs here and to the other channel. Then you can head over and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you there. It's called So Much Moose. I'll put the link down in the description. I don't know if you can access descriptions on the TV. I know a few of you have told me you watch on the TV. I watch YouTube on my TV all the time too. I don't know if you can. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. Maybe let me know. Either way, I'll put the link to that channel in the description. But yeah, so that's it. Enough of that. Today was mentally exhausting, just like it was yesterday. Yesterday, you guys know, if you were here, I had my first follow-up. That's why I don't have my bandage on anymore. I got this splint, and I can do my first physical therapy homework, which is bending my fingers passively, which I've been doing all throughout the day. Every time I think about it, I would just stop and do that. But I called my appointment wasn't supposed to be till Friday, this coming Friday, and I had called over the weekend. I had to call back yesterday on Monday, which yesterday was a holiday. I guess they were open on a holiday. I kind of forgot about that. They said they could squeeze me in because I had a concern. It looked like under my bandage where the gauze still was, it's like over 2 weeks old, that I couldn't take it off. You know what I mean? So I couldn't tell, but it kind of looked like it was moldy in there. That you're like, we've never seen that, but we'll squeeze you in because why not? For whatever reason, they did. I thought they were just going to check that out and maybe just change the bandage until next Friday. They just ended up doing the whole follow-up procedure. So they took my bandage off, made my custom splint, took my stitches out. I still haven't been able to access my chart. You can log in and you can see all of your procedures and history and stuff like that. That's a whole thing. I forgot to do that today, but it takes me so much longer to do all these things with one hand, especially when it's my non-dominant hand. Bath time. I don't know if you, hopefully that's not too loud on the phone, the water running. Probably can't even hear it. I don't know. But they counted, the nurse started taking the stitches out, and I was like, oh, how many stitches did you take out? I was curious how many there were. And, he has to kind of cut them and stuff. He thought we were around, I think I said yesterday, 4, 5, or 6, something like that. And then we counted however many more. So we think there was like 22. So somewhere between 22 and 25. You guys saw how gnarly it was. Everyone that asked for the picture. I can't post it here because of it falls under graphic content. And it certainly would. It's pretty gnarly. You guys that have seen it, it's gnarly. But today I had to find a physical therapist, a certified hand therapist. My first appointment is Thursday, so kind of nervous about that because I'm excited to finally start the next step. I got so used to just being in a bandage and using my left hand, it just kind of became part of life, and now it's changed. So it's like, okay, I don't know if physical therapy is going to be every week or every other week or what. As I know, I will let you know. But I just got so into the flow that now it's changing up. So it's exciting, but also kind of scary. And I say scary because I don't know, a lot of different reasons. Yesterday, when they took my bandage off, it was the first time I had seen, this whole part of my hand since my injury. And all of you guys that have seen the picture understand what I'm about to say. And for those who haven't, see if I can feel my cut here. I think I said this yesterday. So my original cut was smaller than that, was just across my wrist in like a C shape because it was glass that cut me. It was right here, about 3 inches or so. I think I did say this yesterday. And then the surgeons had to make another, they had to extend it down probably another 3 inches or so, and then about an inch on the, well, depending on how you look at it. The other side, the right side, we'll say, it's the right to me, up. So it's like this big, it kind of goes from here down, across in a C shape, and all the way down to about here. And then up here I had about 6 to 8 stitches because that the surgeons did right here on my palm to do what was called a carpal tunnel release. And the reason why I explain that again is because I had seen that for the first time, and everyone who had been talking to me the last 2 weeks on the phone and all that stuff, every time I would rewrap my bandage, I sometimes would get a peek of everything. You know, I could see when I first got out of surgery, I could feel pain here. So I thought maybe they, had fixed what they could up here, but then they had to make another smaller incision down here to fix something. And I didn't even know anything about my palm until I think the day or a few days before, because I just happened to look in there. I thought my cut went from my palm down and or some, I didn't know. But so anyone who was asking me, I was like, I think this is what I can see, but there was nothing in the discharge papers, and I can't access my chart still. I don't know, and I don't think they would put pictures or anything on the my chart, but a description may not have been descriptive enough, because in my discharge papers it said like carpal tunnel release. I don't know what that is, and that's the incision on the palm. I know now, but anyways, it's been kind of, I say scary, because when I saw my arm for the first time, it really sank in. I mean, really sank in what happened. And the resident surgeon and the main surgeon, I don't know, I forget the name. They saw me separately yesterday, but they both explained to me, like, I keep getting more and more information as I've read through my discharge papers a few times, and now after speaking to the surgeons, I learn a little bit more every time. But I severed an artery and 3 tendons. That's why the ones I severed, that's why I barely have movement in my pinky and my ring finger and my middle finger. But all the other tendons were damaged as well, except for the one for my thumb. And I didn't hit any nerves, which I've said before, but the surgeons kind of reiterated, like, the artery that you severed is right next to your main nerve or whatever. Obviously, I'm not a doctor or anything, so I could be not saying this correctly for anyone who has medical knowledge out there, but it's right next to your main nerve, and I've never seen someone sever that artery and not their nerve. And I forget what he called it, but he said basically that means you just kind of nicked it, which nerves are already hard to repair, and if they are repairable, you have a moderate recovery at best. And you nicked it. It was so small, there wasn't even really a reason for us to try and do anything, because it'll take a while, but it'll heal on its own. But that I was incredibly lucky. The only thing I can think of as to why that happened is because the glass broke, so it was just jagged. It wasn't a clean round edge, like a knife or something. It was jagged, and everywhere it was jagged that was longer than the rest hit all the places that it did, and didn't hit all the places it didn't because it's just not, it was shorter than the other parts that, did the damage. But I've been nothing but positive and grateful, and just totally changed my outlook on life. I was already entering a pretty big phase in the last year, even before I quit my job, of just not caring what people think. I kind of already didn't, but like I said before in a previous vlog, I always wanted to understand, like when people leave me hate comments, or even when someone just disagrees, I want to have a conversation, which I think is important. And I think it's easier just to be like, whatever, it's easy to just argue back and force yourself to speak rather than listen, and listen with an open mind and logically. And rightfully so. I mean, you guys have heard me say many times, talking about opinions, a lot of times I don't want to hear people's opinions, because quite frankly, I learned a lot of people just, they don't have an open mind. They don't want to have a conversation. And a lot of times too, when people say they want to have a conversation, they'll have a conversation. They just want you to hear their side, their part, their belief, which is unfortunate. But I was already getting into that state, and a big reason why I quit my job in September was I was getting treated like garbage, and I stood up for myself. And unfortunately, it resulted in me, I was forced out. So I mean, I quit, but there was no way to go back from that. I'm sure all of you have dealt with shitty managers and bosses and owners. And I was just talking to my friend on the phone about it today. It's I've had a similar experience, but he was kind of sharing his, where a lot of the jobs that I liked never paid enough. They didn't pay the bills, and all the jobs that I've had that not only pay the bills, but give me some more financial freedom, like to take my kid camping, or to pay for after school activities that she wants to try. It gave me that freedom, but mentally it didn't. Drives you crazy, and you just stay there for the money, and it's a part of life, I guess, but anyways, this changed my life perspective, because now I still want to have a conversation, don't get me wrong, but I just absolutely do not care what anyone thinks of me at all. I was talking to my brother earlier on the phone. We had a very lengthy and in-depth conversation, which I feel like has always been difficult within my own family, just because people get offended or defensive, which is very unfortunate. But I don't know. We talked about a lot of different things that we have different views on, and he kind of apologized at the end. He's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want you to think that I'm trying to force anything on you or something. I don't know. I think he watches my vlogs, so I hope you don't take this the wrong way. But I don't know if his intention was to try and change my views or to just have a conversation. But I said, nah, man, it's a breath of fresh air to be able to talk to someone and them not get offended or think that I'm attacking them or to get defensive because they think I'm attacking them. It's nice. I mean, there's a lot of people that have stopped talking to me, who have deleted me from mostly Facebook, because God, Facebook is such a sewage line. Deleted me from there or blocked me or whatever. Friends and family that I suspect still kind of follow from a distance, which is also unfortunate because we could have a conversation, but unfortunately you choose not to, and that sucks. But to stay on subject, I also don't care. That's what this taught me. I take that back. I want to care, but I can't lose sleep over it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, anyways, I think that's why this is the physical therapy part of it, is why I say scary, because I don't know what I'm getting into. Everyone's hopeful for I would just say full recovery. Doctors and surgeons, they give you a percentage, 99% recovery they're hoping for, which is hopeful, but they have to leave out that 1%, you know what I mean? Because anything could happen. People like to sue people and all that kind of crazy stuff. Because sometimes, I don't know, you can't accept that life happens, and we're all just people. Even highly educated doctors make mistakes, and that's just a part of life. But considering everything that happened, I'm incredibly fortunate. So if you don't want me a part of your life, it took me a long time. I'm 38. It took me, I would say, 38 years to realize, yeah, I mean, not everybody's for everybody, but it took me 38 years to realize there's a lot of things that I can be trusted with, trusted for. That's, I'm going to do the best and make the best decisions based off of the knowledge that I have, that I can retain or obtain, I don't know, logically, I guess. I'm not trying not to really toot my own horn. I'm just saying, I know what I'm capable of. I know what my intentions are. And if you don't see that, that is not my problem. So, and it's, man, it feels good. Dang it, I'm just so curious about how people think sometimes, most of the time. I just like to learn and know, But sorry, I got off subject again. You know, they originally told me 3 to 6 months when I started physical therapy. And that was, and I said it before, that was my one moment of sadness, because I was kind of like, it was like, I want to say reality set in, but I think it was my first realization of like how serious the issue was. And then all I can think was like, man, why did that have to happen now? I was 60% into my album that mostly needs guitars cleaned up. But hey, you know, things happen for a reason, I think, too, sometimes. But that realization kind of set in again. You know, I saw my arm. I'm like, oh, wow, that was serious. I was lucky. And then they're like, okay, we're going to start physical therapy as soon as, you know, you got to schedule it, whatever. I'm like, okay, well, this is the start where we see if it's going to be 3 months or 4 months or 5 months or 6 months. And as we all know, anything could happen. It could be 7 months. It could be 17 months. It could be 1 month. That would be cool. I'm pretty hopeful for that, honestly, because, you know, I was saying, even in my last bandage, because I had that resistance from the bandage, I was still able to bend my finger. I'm not holding my finger while I'm bending it. It's okay to like do that, but they don't want me to really force it or anything. So I want to be clear about that. But when I had that bandage on, I could still touch my thumb like this with my index finger. But I was like, man, I'll be writing and then hopefully playing guitar pretty soon. But without being able to move my other fingers, without being able to rest my forearm on my guitar and use my palm because of my carpal tunnel release, palm muting is going to be tough. And you know, this is Sharpie, and I can hold it. I can't squeeze it. I can pull it out pretty easily. So to hold a pick while I'm plucking strings on a guitar, I don't think that's happening. Hold a pick. It's tough. I got it. But as soon as I pluck a string, see, I can't grip it that hard. So it's just gonna be it's going into the unknown. That's what's scary about it. You know what I mean? So I'm hopeful. I'm staying positive. I'm not bummed out about it, but I hope that makes sense. That's what's scary about it. Yeah. I mean, I made a ton of progress. I was talking to my friend today. I was just saying how, because he mentioned, he was just like, yeah, I saw that you like posted a picture in the hospital, and as many of you told me, didn't know what was happening. I still don't know why I did that. I was trying to make a joke because I was still trying to make content, but that's what he was commenting on was, he's like, yeah, I didn't know what happened, but then like you kept pumping stuff out, and then you know, I text you and found out what happened, and I was like, holy crap, Moose is hustling. I mean, he got, you know, he almost died, and he's still pumping out content. And you know, some of you guys were just like, dude, stop, go take care of yourself, which I needed that. kids, man. I didn't know what happened, and I mean, I knew what happened, but maybe you guys just understand when something like that has ever happened to you. It takes a minute to process. It was just like when I did my follow-up yesterday, I was like, more came to light what happened, and I had to process it more. And, you know, having 2 surgeries within 12 hours, you know, with the anesthesia that I've never had surgery before. And then I just suddenly had 2. I'm always yawning. Sorry, I don't know why I yelled. It was, you know, and then I don't remember it hurting ever until I think the pain meds they were putting in the IV or whatever after the surgeries, which I'm always told those are the better, that's the better stuff. I don't know if my brain just didn't process it, and in the fight or flight mode that I was in when it happened, that's your body's response to not feel it. And then everything happened so fast, but I just I guess what I'm trying to say is it's like it wasn't processing, and my body's response to dealing with it was to just continue working, I guess. You know, as fun as all this stuff is, I also see it as work, which I like working. So I don't know. I know that's a thing, but yeah, there was just really no stopping. But I think my body handled it the way it needed to. I mean, because like I said, I've made a lot of progress, and it's all been, I would say, positive. I keep stopping to think what I'm going to say, and we turned the furnace on a little bit ago because it is so cold out. We've had the fire kicking, but it's just so cold out, and our windows are just so bad, and the house isn't insulated, and I can't do anything about it. Last night we turned the furnace on and just brought the house up to 70. It wasn't bad. It was like, I don't know, 62 or so. Brought it up to 70. Built a huge fire. It was like hot. Like I was laying in bed, I'm covered up. I like wanted to uncover myself. I was like, if I do, I'm gonna wake up cold. But by the time I woke up, you know, we got it up to 70, I would say around 9 or 10 o'clock. And I woke up at 4:30 this morning, and it was 59. So it was 5 degrees outside. It's so cold. But yeah, anyways, I digress. When I got back, I mean, you guys saw in the vlogs and stuff, like, and you know, everyone that called me. I mean, I couldn't talk. I could talk, but not well. That only went on for about 2 days. It was so helpful for me to vlog and to just talk to people. And, you know, I appreciate everyone's patience on that too. I mean, it was just, I know, you know, you guys understand, but I just, all that, just from going from the injury and doing all the, the surgeries, and then coming home and just being plopped right back into life, adjusting to being temporarily left-handed and not being able to talk to being able to talk. And just staying focused on things, making content and music, and even, I've been documenting the little bit that I have had with, what's going on with the medical bills and insurance and all that stuff. Like, it was when I was reading through my my discharge papers, sort of, about my medications and what's covered by my insurance, just documenting that video. I don't remember what it was titled, but for those of you that saw it, I was having a hard time talking, but me just forcing myself to do it was just part of that progress. No one told me about that, so I'm pretty proud of myself, just being able to do those things and make this progress, So it's only been about 2.5 weeks, but I guess my whole point is that seeing my arm yesterday in the state that it was, which was better than when I cut it before surgery. So there was that, but just seeing that scar, that's not even really a scar yet because it's still healing. It was just kind of another piece of the puzzle that's like, okay, you're not out of the woods yet. You're on the path. You're trekking through the woods. You're surviving. You're not out yet. You haven't made it to camp. And, that's all right. But I think it's probably valid to say that's scary. But I would also say I think because of all the progress that I've been making and staying positive and stuff, I would also say I'm not afraid, I think it's possible to be scared and not afraid. If that makes sense. It sounds so weird to say out loud. I don't know. But there was something else I wanted to talk about. I remember what it was. I had a deep conversation today with someone on the phone. But you know what? We just went over 38 minutes here. I think I'm going to process it tonight, see how I feel tomorrow, and I'll talk about it in the vlog tomorrow, and just make that the big, or the, not the, what am I trying to say? The subject. Because that might be a long one. Because it's about one thing that hasn't really changed for me. And if anything, it's kind of made me more stern about how I feel about it. Sorry, I'm kind of leaving a cliffhanger here, but I don't want to get into it right now because it's going to be a long one. But yeah, thanks for the support. Remember, the second channel, if you want to go down memory lane, So Much Moose, link in the description. Go ahead and subscribe now. If you don't want all the notifications, and you don't want to go down memory lane of all the vlogs, I'll let you know when I'm officially only going to be daily vlogging and extra content over there. Which obviously, the extra content, with maybe like my recording process, or You know, when you guys ask me about what guitars I'm using or strings and stuff like that, because I don't want to get into like gear reviews and stuff like that. I just, if it's anything about what I do on the main channel, that'll be the extra content. That'll be over here or over there. Honestly, it's going to be a learning process, because I know I said too, like, I'm just going to upload a couple a day or whatever, but honestly, I just want to get it over with. This is just a way for me to speak and get things off my chest and connect more with you guys, and that's separate from the main channel. So I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I think it is. So far I've had pretty much all, except for one person, kind of was like, I don't know if that's a good idea, but I don't know. For everyone I've talked to, all the research I've done, it seems like the best idea to kind of keep it separate, just because punkcovermoose was music and it should just be music. And even though when I vlog and do the extra content that's related to my music, you know, there's I think it's pretty clear, you know, when I post a music video, over time, you know, initially when I post it, I'll get, you know, a few hundred views, or let's just say 500 views, right? And then over time, it becomes a little like evergreen kind of video where it just keeps pulling, you know, views in and new subscribers and stuff, and just kind of, you know, like a little 24/7 employee for myself, you know. It's kind of cool. I make like a music video. I like duplicate myself in a way. I clone myself to work for myself 24/7 on YouTube. But I think people are into that. And I've put out like between 40 and 50 music videos, mostly covers, some originals. And between all the vlogs now with the daily vlogs, I'm reaching 100, actually, because this is daily vlog 62, and I had 33 of the original vlogs. So that would be 95. That's pretty close to 100, which is more than the music videos, which would technically make this channel a vlog channel. I don't want it to be a vlog channel. I would like a music channel. So I made a extra content vlogging channel. So yes. Thanks for the support. Someone else hit me up today, said that because I think it was on the vlog yesterday, I said that my Amazon affiliate link seems to be working. Another person reached out and said, hey, I'm glad you said that, because I put another Amazon order in and I used your link. Thank you very much. Again, if you use Amazon, the link that I always have in the description of all of my videos, at least the newer ones from the last, you know, 3-4 months, as a Amazon affiliate link. You click on it, takes you to Amazon. Anything you put into your cart and purchase after you click that link, I get a commission for. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's not much. I think I made like $3 and some change when I checked it the other day. So it's been working. I think the issue I was having, because I was getting a bunch of clicks and no commissions, it's if you already have stuff in your cart and then you use my link, I don't get commission for that. You have to click on the link, it takes you to the website, or you have to open up the app, and then you have to add this stuff to your cart and purchase it. I think you have, it's like 24 hours, I want to say. So if it sits in your cart for like 2 days, then I don't get a commission on it. It's weird. I don't know. It's Amazon. What can you do? But just want to throw that out there, because I think it's working now. I think that's what you have to do, and every little bit helps. So if you're already shopping on Amazon, if you wouldn't mind helping me out, I appreciate it. I'm sorry, I know it's a few extra steps, but you know, doesn't cost you anything extra. Helps me out. I have another affiliate link in there. I know some of you are also musicians. If you have music that you want to get out on Spotify and stuff, I have a link to my distributor called DistroKid. Again, does not cost you anything extra, but if you click on my link and sign up through my affiliate link, I get $10. And it's pretty straightforward. You write music, you upload it to the distributor, your artwork, tell it everywhere you want it to go. I usually just let it go everywhere, Spotify and all the new places. And I usually add on, what's it called? Shazam. So, like when you say to your phone, what song is this? And it listens, that's through a service called Shazam. It's like 99 cents a year per song. So it's not much, but I'd say a few dozen people, because I can see those stats, a few dozen people have discovered my music through that. So I think it's worth it, the 99 cents a year. But if you ever need help with that, let me know. And maybe I could even make some extra content on how to do that, walk you through how I do it. And hey, I'll earn my $10. You know what I mean? So there's that. Of course, the merch. What else is in there? I think that's it. So really appreciate the support, guys. I honestly, it feels really good to just connect with really good people like yourselves. And I appreciate the support. I'm very thankful and grateful that I just, a big dumb idiot like me can make music, and I have support to do that. So I really appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow.